Alright, in today's video we're going to talk about using the powerful conditional formatting feature of Microsoft Excel. Conditional formatting has been around for a while, but they've made it better in the 2010 version. So let's say you have a bunch of these transactions, and I want to see everything that's over 30. I want those to be colored in red. There's two ways we can do that. You can print this out and break out your red highlighting pencil. That would work. But here's a better way. It's called conditional formatting. So I'm going to highlight column E. In the 2010 edition, the conditional formatting is now under the Home menu. We'll pick on Home, and then we'll pick on conditional formatting over here. Let me show you the way it's always worked, and I'll show you some of the new features as well. So I want to say highlight cells, and we'll say greater than, less than, between, whatever the range would be. In this case, I'll say greater than. Now you type in your value over here, or perhaps you would point to a cell if a cell contains that value. Now, what they did in the 2010 version is they've given you some of these built-in formats that you can use. If you want to make up your own format, you can use custom format. But even here, I'll pick on red text. So anything that's over 30 in column E will be in red text when I click on OK. You can see that's exactly what happened. If I go through column E, anything that's in red is now over 30. So now, watch how the conditional formatting is going to stay consistent with your data. I'm going to go to this cell that's currently red. I'll type in 25 there. And notice how it goes back to black because it's now less than 30, right? So it does stay consistent. So watch how we did that again. This time, if anything is less than 10, I want those to be in blue. So I'm going to highlight column E. I'll pick on conditional formatting again under the Home menu. And we'll pick on highlight cells. This time I'll pick on less than. Now I'll type in 10 over here for the value. Now when I click on this pull down for the preset formats, I don't see the color blue, so I'll pick on custom format. Then you can pick anything you wanted to from here, including the number format, the font, the border, and the fill, and any combination thereof. So let's just go with font, and I'll make them a shade of blue, and we'll click on OK. So anything that's less than 10 will be blue. And you can see exactly what happened. The things that are less than 10 are now blue. Anything between 10 and 30 is still black, and anything over 30 is now red. So that's the way the conditional formatting has always worked. Now you can save your spreadsheet, and it would be like that the next time as well. But in this case, I'm going to remove the conditional formatting. I'm going to click on column E, and I'll say conditional formatting. And we'll say clear rules. Each different condition is called a rule. And we can either do it from the selected cells or from the entire sheet. And it goes back to normal. Let me show you a new way to do conditional formatting. I'm going to highlight column E. We'll do conditional formatting. Let's use something that's called a data bar. So in this case, we'll pick on one of these colors. And notice what happens. It puts this bar into those cells. So if the number is smaller in the range, or lower in the range, they have less of a bar. And if the number is higher in the range of numbers, they have a bigger bar. So I can just look at that bar and see where that number falls within that range of numbers. So that's an interesting new format. Let's get rid of that one again. I'll pick on conditional column E, click on conditional formatting. I'll say clear rules from the selected cells. Let's try another new one. I'll pick on conditional formatting, and then we'll pick on icon sets. And let's go with the arrows here. Now what this does is the lower numbers have a red arrow pointing down. The ones in the middle of the range kind of have a yellow arrow pointing to the middle. And if I scroll down, we'll see some that have the green arrow. That means they're higher up in the range. So I don't know why this one's really catching on. At least 6 or 7 different people have sent me a spreadsheet like that in the past month or so. But let me show you how you can control where it goes from red to yellow or yellow to green. So once again, I'm going to click on column E. I'll pick on conditional formatting, and we'll say manage rules. When you want to change the colors or you want to change the conditions, you can pick on manage rules. Now in this case, if I had more than one conditional format, they'd be listed right here, but I only have one. So I'll pick on that, and I'll pick on edit rule, and then you can change. Right now the lower third is going to be red, the middle third is going to be yellow, and the upper third is going to be green. So I can change that either by percent or by the actual number. Okay? So that's how you can control where it goes from red to yellow to green. If I want to get rid of the conditional formatting, I'll pick on conditional formatting, and I'll say clear rules from the selected cells, and it goes back to normal. Let me just show you one more thing that you can do with conditional formatting. You can get rid of duplicates with the conditional formatting. So, for example, I want to put some duplicate cells in this spreadsheet. Now, I must have already turned the conditional formatting on, so let me show you how that worked. I'm going to highlight the cells there, and this could be hundreds of rows down or thousands of rows down, and it doesn't even have to be sorted. It'll find the duplicates for you. So I want to pick on conditional formatting. Then we pick on highlight cells, and then we see duplicate values. Again, I must have done that in a previous session, but this is what you would do. You would pick on duplicate values, and then you pick your format over here. In fact, I'll pick a different one to show you that it does work, and I'll click on OK. So notice how the cells that are duplicates are in fact turned green like that. And then I must have another conditional formatting on the Bruins there. But just like that, I can kind of look through that list and see which ones are duplicate, and I can decide what to do from there. So those are great things that you can do with the conditional formatting feature here in Excel 2007 and Excel 2010.